When Donald Trump first became president, and then Joe Biden stole the fucking election and fucked us all up. It is what it is. Once you realize who's lying to who.
Hey, what's up? Yep, sure.
Yes, please.
You are looking totes delicious.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hot Topics.
Hello?
We focus on
How
exposing
are
the
you,
unfunded
Daddy?
democracy of the left. Okay, so this is officially the most confusing, most contradictory, and frankly suspicious stories anything I've ever covered. One day you
That
think
guy
one
was
thing, then the next
so
day you
hot.
think another, and then the third day, I don't know what to friggin' think.
Man, we
So
just
the
been
issue
invited to all around the boat.
Minnesota by a man named Vance Holter was initially presented as a clear-cut political hit job, right? That's what they told us. There was a clear political motive at the time, and initially the reports were that there was a manifesto that was supposedly going to drop. But then the next day, the guy turns out to be a, quote, Trump supporter, according to his longtime groceries. And then all of a sudden, the next day, there's no more manifesto. Then it gets even more confusing as law enforcement officials fill us in on details. We're now also learning that supposedly Minnesota police may have literally stood by and watched as the crime occurred and have simply let Vance Holter go, or at least they didn't make a great effort to pursue him. A 60-year-old man in a building surrounded by police officers just managed to get away as if he's freaking Rambo or something. I mean, there's just so many holes in this. It makes absolutely no freaking sense. Let me show you guys the latest updates. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so let's first start off with the new revelations coming out of Minnesota. Take a look. Felter approached Representative Portman's home, again dressed as a police officer, wearing the tactical vest and body armor, and wearing that hyper-realistic mask. He was armed and carrying a flashlight. Before he entered the home, two Brooklyn Park police officers arrived at the scene. They too had been dispatched to check on Senator and Representative Portman after learning of the shooting of Senator Hoffman. When they arrived at the scene, they saw Felter's black SUV parked in the driveway with the emergency lights flashing, and they saw Felter standing in front of the house several feet from the door. When Felter saw the officers get out of the car, he drew his weapon and began firing. He rushed into the house through the front door, firing into it. He repeatedly fired over the house, and when he entered, he murdered Representative Portman and her husband. The Brooklyn Park police officers fired at Felter as he rushed into the home, but he escaped into the home and out the back. Officers recovered Felter's 9mm granite along with the body armor and granite behind the home, along with tackle flight, and he fled on foot. They later searched Felter's car, but they found 5 more firearms. Felter also had in his car notebooks containing a list of more than 45 Minnesota state and federal elected officials. Felter planned his attack carefully. He researched the victims and their families. He used the internet and other tools to find their addresses and names. He conducted surveillance of their home and took notes about the location of their home. He concealed himself as a police officer, outfitting his black SUV with police lights and a police license plate. So according to law enforcement officials, there were 2 police officers who were already on the scene watching Vance Holter before he even entered Representative Portman's home. They saw him in a Halloween mask and a fake police uniform, as you can see here with his capture on the ring camera. Could have even had a firearm visible, although we can't exactly tell because the video cuts out of his waist and we can't really see the full picture. But anyways, quite the suspicious looking individual, I'd say. The police engaged with him. There was a shootout, and then somehow they just let him walk into the home where he proceeded to murder Representative Portman and her husband. And then, if you could believe it, they just let him escape out the back. I guess the whole time they were just stationed there, waiting for backup, right? And the absolutely craziest part is that this happened after State Senator John Hoffman was already reported shot in the previous encounter. I mean, based on what we're hearing, it seems as if they literally just let the whole thing happen, like they were watching a movie or something. Well, that's obviously confusing, raises some eyebrows, some serious questions, and then it gets even more confusing during the FBI press conference, because after initial claims that there was a manifesto found, officials are now saying that there isn't. And also to the state released the names of 2 other targeted victims who were with respect to the other 2 potential victims, I think it's up to them whether they want to publicly identify themselves. As I said, it wouldn't surprise me if they do. They're elected officials, but that's their right. Obviously, they have families and children and privacy interests that they need to sort through. I'll let them do that. With respect to the potential motive, let me say this. There's been a lot of press coverage and speculation and discussion about manifesto. I've seen nothing like that Unabomber style manifesto. He was right. He had many, many notebooks full of plans, lists of names, surveillance, efforts that he took to surveil and locate the home addresses, family members, relationships with these elected officials. But I have not seen anything involving some sort of political street and manifesto that would clearly identify what motivated him. Obviously, his primary motive was to go out and hurt people. They were all elected officials. They were all Democrats. Beyond that, I think it's just way too speculative for anyone to review these materials to know and to say what was motivating him in terms of ideology or specific issue. A major reversal. You know, the media and left-wing influencers immediately ran with the whole politically motivated Trump supporter angle, but now the supposed evidence for that theory has disappeared. But what exactly was going on here? Was there ever a manifesto to begin with? Did someone jump the gun and release bad intel? Or is it just another episode of total incompetence? And of course, political opportunism. But basically, it's like I said in the intro, this whole thing is becoming more and more confusing by the day. And if you're a fair-minded individual, you probably take a step back and say, you know what? I have absolutely no idea. And I'm not saying that to craft a narrative that I think is favorable. If this guy was a Trump supporter and this attack was politically motivated, then I will be the first to condemn it, whether it was right-wing or left. But of course, as we've been covering in this saga, the left doesn't seem interested in the facts. They're not interested in these reports. They don't care about any of it. They just heard that this guy was a Trump supporter, and so they're just making the leap, manifesto or not. This is Donald Trump's fault. Don't take that from me. Take it from Senator Jeff Berkley, who just went on CNN and straight up blamed the shooting quote environment that's been created by Donald Trump. How would you describe the current political atmosphere in this country? I feel like Trump has really popped the lid on the rhetoric and the sense of hate and violence that's promoted this type of environment.
Fake news.
Disturbing.
CNN, fake news.
The country is quite familiar with the pizza threats. We're seeing more of that.
Fake news.
Food is delivered to people's families if they haven't ordered. Just to say, from the right wing, we know who you are, we know where you live. I can tell you all of the families feel a greatly heightened sense that no evidence, no facts, and also this notion that Donald Trump created this environment. I think that's a laughable claim considering all the violence, the rhetoric, the violent incitement that the left has been engaging in, especially over the last 10 years. And it's not like we don't have the receipts.
I just don't even know there's an uprising all over the country. Maybe there will be.
People need to start taking to the streets. This is clear.
You know, there needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives. Enemies of the state.
And all them bitches need to be fired. We stupid. We are some stupid fucking sheep.
Biggest character
Wow.
is white men, most of them radicalized. So you have the party of political violence pointing the finger at the other side and saying, this is proof that Donald Trump is violent, that is violent, even though there's no clear motive. And of course, this is the same political side that's always going on and on about misinformation. Well, they're now engaged in
Misinformation.
peddling.
Boy, this is bullshit, boy.
Speculation when the investigation is clearly still unfolding.
And you still got people watching. Oh, boy, boy. Oh, we stupid. You got people still watching.
But the individual in question had long-standing ties to Democrat Governor Tim Walz. His wife also a lifelong Democrat who reportedly also worked for Tim Walz back in 2010 when he was in Congress. And we also have some reports that Vance Bolter's wife, I believe her name is Annie Bolter, was caught fleeing the state in a car with cancellation, passports, $50,000 in cash. That raises a question: was she involved? If she was, well, that's a Democrat, right? Another Tim Walz. He's not exactly the Proud Boys militia, right? The case is a complete mess. I don't know what to freaking think, but one thing is crystal clear: Democrats are trying to twist this for political gain, as they do everything else. We don't know the motive. We don't know why the police failed to act. We don't know why the manifesto Monday thought of that. So, but obviously the left side, they don't care. They're not interested in truth or justice. They're interested in control. They see every tragedy as an opportunity. Ideological manipulation. Steer Donald Trump. Hate the right wing is fringe, violent, and extreme. And once again, they prove that to you. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.